Hi, and welcome to the Food Allergy Magic Podcast, where our goal is to inspire and help you travel the world with food allergies. Hi, welcome to our second episode of Food Allergy Magic Podcast. I'm here with my two co-hosts, and we have a special guest with us who is an amazing travel agent. She works with us. She has two little children, and she went to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and she's going to tell you all about it, the good and the bad. So anyway, here are my co-hosts.
Hello,
Charity.
I'm
Hello,
Kelly.
Kelly.
I'm an allergist, and I'm also a travel agent who works with Platinum Mouse, and I am the mom of a formerly peanut allergic daughter.
Hi, I'm Charity. I'm a agent with Platinum Mouse, and I'm a physician assistant in allergy and immunology. And I also have three children, all with severe food allergies.
Awesome. Okay, Danielle, let's start with you because you have two little kids and you've been waiting for us to get our stuff together. And like Charity said, Charity was so funny. Charity goes, maybe she took a little nap.
My daughter was on the door and she's like, and I was like, no.
So yeah.
My name's Danielle, and I've been with Platinum Mouse this is going on my fourth year. And I myself am gluten-free, and my daughter has anaphylactic allergies to sunflower seeds. So I took her to the Christmas party this year. Was very excited. She is newly anaphylactic, so this is a new world for me. So when we go to Walt Disney World, we have behaviors with her that we didn't have prior. So it was a good experience and a different perspective. But it was really good. Honestly, we went to the Christmas party, the Halloween party earlier this year as well, but I really love the Christmas party. They give you this pamphlet as soon as you walk in. They like kind of funnel you behind the stage of Main Street, and they immediately have Mariah Carey. It's not Mariah Carey singing, but All I Want for Christmas playing. Immediately they hand you out these ornaments, the 2024. This is their free giveaway that they're giving. They have some like cute little backdrops that they're giving out. And then they kind of like just funneled us through back into Main Street. I saw immediately people were sitting and finding their spots for the parade immediately. I got in at 6. The party starts at 7, and people were already on the side of the street. The parade didn't even start until I think it was 8:30. Yeah, 8:30. And people were fighting for space. I will say that, but the parade was fantastic. It was fantastic. We waited to do the cookie stroll because the cookie stroll, like I said, we got in there early, and then we went to go to the cookie stroll places. They were very strict about not starting until 7 p.m. They wanted to make sure everybody was out of the park. Everyone had their blue wristbands, and I'm sure the color changes every party, but we had blue that night. And they did not start the cookie stroll until right at 7. So we skipped that, went to the parade, waited for that, and we had Casey's Corner on the sidewalk. And then we went to the plaza and had some ice cream, and then we did the cookie stroll. But the parade was fantastic. And then we went to the cookie stroll, and they did have an allergy offering for us. I think I sent some pictures. Maybe Lizzie, you can insert them. I forget the brands that they were, but it was a good cookie stroll. They did have an allergy-focused offering for my daughter and myself, being gluten-free, so we were able to enjoy that. I did hear the strolls. We didn't make it to all the strolls, but the strolls I went to had pre-packaged manufacturers. So after the parade, we went to this cookie stroll. We started in Adventureland. They were serving a red velvet cookie as well as 2 brands. One was Safe and Fair. Highly recommend to check the ingredients before taking advantage of those offerings. Specific to our family, they were safe for us. So that's just something that we did. We did stroll around. We went into Frontierland, took advantage of that cookie stroll, and then we went into Fantasyland. Before I knew it, though, right after the parade, it was the fireworks immediately, like before I knew it, because it goes right from parade. By the time the parade was done, where we were on Main Street, because that probably hit Main Street by 8:45. By the time we were done that, it was 9. did the cookie stroll, the fireworks were at 10. So we were behind the castle for the fireworks. But honestly, this was the first time I was behind the castle for the fireworks. And I always heard that's the secret spot. It is. It was unlike anything I've ever experienced. My daughter, we've seen the fireworks countless times. So like you've seen it once. For her, like this was a whole new experience. So it was an accident, a very enjoyable accident. But
What does Bob Ross say? A happy accident or happy
it,
accidents as he's
yeah,
painting?
it was definitely a happy accident. And she
Accident.
thought I was her hero. She thought I was giving her like the mommy travel agent, like inside scoop. And I was like, yeah, this was on
That's
purpose.
awesome. We experienced that the last time we were there with my son, and he thought it was incredible because it's just empty and they're all around you. That's where the fireworks are going off all around you. It was spectacular.
It's
It was
magical.
really amazing.
It's
Yeah,
one
it
of
was
the
really
best
amazing.
pictures I've ever taken at Disney.
Hmm.
Well, there was some
Yeah.
incredible magic shot opportunities as well. And I'll have to send you some pictures so you can share them during this podcast. But Vivian was with a cast member taking pictures and the fireworks just went off. And we got some beautiful magic shots with the fireworks going off in the background. So it was, even if you want to take pictures, that's a perfect time to do so with cast members with Memory Maker. It was great.
That's awesome.
Um,
Can I ask you a quick question,
yeah,
Danielle?
yeah, for sure.
About, you were talking about the cookie stroll. When we were there, it was a year or two ago, but the drinks that they offered during that, they had apple cider when we were there. Did they have that
They
when you were
did.
there? Okay.
Yep, they absolutely did. My daughter loved it. It was great. Yeah,
And that
we were
was
not
really
offered.
important to our family because we deal with milk allergy and sometimes hot cocoa won't be safe for other allergies and such. So that was extra special to our kids because they just thought whatever drink it would be wouldn't be safe. So that was really
You know
exciting.
what's funny? I don't know if this was just specific. I remember specifically out of Adventureland, hot cocoa was not offered. It was just the apple cider. But I know
Okay,
at the other lands they were offering hot cocoa, but
nice.
Adventureland was just the apple cider.
Okay, very nice. Thank you.
Um,
Sorry, thanks.
yeah. And then I had to do some shopping, which so I had to get I'm an annual pass holder because I go so much. This was the exclusive annual pass holder shirt that
So
I had to
cute.
get. Like I said, they were giving out this ornament. I don't know if you and then this was the Mickey's Christmas party ornament that they were selling. This was $34.99. They also had a Spirit jersey that was really cute. I got my daughter a T-shirt that was really cute, and I'm trying to think, there were like 5 items. I thought that they were going to sell out immediately with the merchandise. They were fully stocked. Like, oh, they had a beautiful mug. And so they still had, my daughter had me there until I was hoping, she's 5. I was hoping that I would be like fireworks and I'd be like dragging her out of there. Like she'd be sleeping. No, she was ready to go still at 11:30. So I peeked in the Emporium to get out because the parade goes again at 11. And they still had a ton of merchandise. So just want to let you know you don't have to go in all the lines for the merchandise right when it comes out because it was still there at the end of the night. And that's the Christmas party. Was totally worth it. It was magical. It was snowing. My daughter did tell me, Mom, we're in Florida. This isn't snow. This is bubbles. So I couldn't fool her. But can't control all the magic. But it was a great time. I really loved it. I would definitely recommend it on your
And
next.
Danielle, you mentioned that even though the party started at 7, they let you in a little bit early. So
Yes.
can you explain
Well,
that to our listeners how to get a couple extra hours out of their party ticket?
so yes, they can get in as early as 4 o'clock if they do not have either a Magic Kingdom ticket or a Park Hopper ticket. So if you want to get in prior to 4 o'clock with a Christmas party ticket, you would have had to have a 1-day ticket that you used at Magic Kingdom or a Park Hopper ticket. Like I said, I'm an annual pass holder, so we fit both those bills. But everyone that does not have a special ticketed event has to be out of the park by 6. And the cast members do go around and they check to make sure. They look for those wristbands, and then the party officially. And that's why that cookie stroll started officially at 7 because they're trying to serve the special ticket events. Yes.
Can I ask you one quick question? What were the lines like for the rides? And
It's just
what characters did you see? Because there's special characters that aren't there throughout the rest of the year. Did you
so
see them?
yes, I can answer that. Specific to my daughter was very ride focused and not so much um, uh, character meet and greet opportunity focused, but the rides were excellent. I will say, in between the parade, the cookie stroll, and the fireworks, we went to Tiana's Bayou, and they were saying the wait was going to be 30 minutes, and I'm like, Vivian, my daughter's Vivian, we're going to miss the fireworks if we stay here and wait. I promise you, I'll bring you back. As soon as the fireworks were over, the wait went down to walking on 5 minutes. So I will say that between the parade and the first parade and the fireworks, the wait times for attractions went up significantly. I would even say before the parade, they were still a little bit high because a lot of people will go to the 11 o'clock parade. I would say that sweet spot is between 10 and 11 of really low attractions. And then right after 11, that parade before midnight is a sweet spot. But between 7 and 9:30, it was a little bit higher, but not terrible compared to regular park hours, not terrible whatsoever. But I was able to walk on attractions between 9 and 10.
Nice.
And then character meet and greets. So during the parade, I saw a ton of characters I don't typically see. I saw all the princesses. Put me on the spot here. Now I'm trying to picture.
Did you see all the dwarves?
Yes, all of the dwarfs. Yeah, call out characters. I'll be able to answer that quicker. All of the dwarfs. My daughter even called all of them out. She's like, "Which one's Sleepy?" I was like, "That one." Yeah.
Grumpy's great when people get pictures with him because he's
Yeah.
like, get the picture over with, and he's like in character. It's really cute.
Yes, I honestly have a picture of every single parade. What are those called? Each character thing.
Floats.
Yes. So I can send those to you. But honestly, every single character was there.
And they
Every
used
single.
to have the princess with the princesses, like Prince. He
Yeah.
doesn't.
All
He's
the
usually
princes.
there.
Yeah, Prince Charming and Cinderella. I sent you that picture. They were both in her horse carriage. All the princes were there. All of them. No, it was an excellent parade. And then Santa was there. Doesn't he count?
Did you notice, did the floats smell? When we were there, I recall there was like a gumball machine and it
Oh, that
smelled
was there.
like, yeah.
Yes.
Did you notice a smell
Yeah.
to it?
That's
Yes.
Goofy's. That's Goofy's candy machine.
Yeah.
And you know what else? And I don't recall this, but I wasn't at Main Street during the Mickey's Not So Scary, but before the parade during the Christmas party, cast members came running out in the middle of the street, and they had these big blown up balls, and they were so interactive with the people waiting and throwing the balls back and forth, like these big old beach balls, if you will. I guess I just missed that from the Halloween party, but I didn't see that. But it just felt more interactive with the people waiting, the pre-parade show, I would say.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
God, is there anything else you want to say? Because it sounds fantastic. I
Highly
love your pictures so much. I go to the Halloween party every year to find out the food allergy offerings for the candy and stuff. And I haven't been to the Halloween party in probably since 4 years, like when we got out of COVID, maybe.
Christmas party. You said Halloween.
I go to the Halloween party every year, but I don't go to the Christmas party every year. Because there's so much traveling to do in the fall. So I booked, well, not booked. Well, I booked a hotel and I bought tickets for us to go because of your pictures were so beautiful.
Oh, you are going.
We're going, yeah, when we get off the treasure
That's
on
amazing.
the 15th. So I'm really excited. And
No, you will love it. It was so much fun. It really was pure magic. It's something about the snow, and it's just
Disney, yeah.
it's Disney, and it was spectacular. It was Disney. I cried. I did cry with my daughter. It
Oh,
was special. Just
beautiful.
mommy daughter.
Well, gosh, thanks so much. And
Yeah.
we'll have you on again. Maybe talk
Yes,
about
please.
gluten-free stuff, now that,
Yeah, I have some good tips for that. I look for gluten-free chicken tenders, and I know the best ones in Disney to find.
Ah,
I
very
found
nice.
and
all of them.
churros, the gluten-free churros.
Yes, but those tenders, I got some good spots.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we'll have you on again and we'll talk about
Yes.
that. But for now, we're going to go to Kelly, and she's got amazing information along al-
Hi,
by
thank you.
along with Charity, because they have the Neffy, right?
That's right. So in allergy news, I think we briefly hinted at it at our on our last episode, but a new intranasal epinephrine device is now available. It's called Neffy. So those of you who have family members with food allergies or who have food allergies yourself, you're very familiar that everywhere you go, you need to be prepared in case of accidental exposure, and you always have to have epinephrine with you. And traditionally, epinephrine is an injection. So the EpiPen is what most of you are familiar with, but there's generic epinephrine injectors. There's a talking epinephrine auto injector called AviQ, but they all involve needles. And some people have needle phobia, and they're really afraid to use it. And we never want people to be hesitant to use epinephrine because we know that using epinephrine right away, that's the way to stay safe. So we say epi first, epi fast. And then some people have something called a vasovagal reaction from the pain of needles, and it can make them pass out and lose consciousness. And that's the last thing we want to have happen when you're having an allergic reaction. So Neffy is to help address that problem for people who do have needle phobia. And this little case, if you get prescribed Neffy, you can get it for free. The FDA won't let the drug company dispense the case with the drug, so you can go online and order it. But it's labeled with the medicine too, which is nice, so that if there's ever an emergency, other people will know that there's a medication inside. And it has a little carabiner on it, so it's great for traveling or on your keychain. And it has 2 doses in here. And if anyone has ever seen the Narcan device, that's what they use when people have opioid overdoses. It's the same device. It's a nasal spray. I'm not going to put it in my nose on the video and gross everyone out. But how you hold it is your thumb on the bottom in your dominant hand, and there are 2 fingers on the top. And you're going to put it in your nostril, straight into your nostril, not to the side like people do with some of their nasal allergy sprays. And you're going to put it all the way in until your fingers touch your nostril, and then you'll spray it. And then when you're done, if you're not much better, just like you would with epinephrine, with an epinephrine injector, you'd repeat the next dose. And if you do need a second dose, you're going to do it in the same nostril. So this is obviously a medicine that's prescribed by your allergist, and I'm not offering any medical advice on this podcast, but it's something for you to be aware of. It also comes with a little handy QR code in here with a video on how to use it if you're new to using it. So I think it's an exciting new drug delivery system for people as an alternative to the injectable epinephrine. I love that it's so easy to carry too, because the easier it is to carry, the more likely it is you'll have it with you when you need it.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Can I just say that we got a prescription for our family, and I tried it out on my keychain for a few days just to see how it was. And key fobs are so big that I didn't even really notice it was there because it just kind of fits in the palm of your hand, and it has 2 doses. So, yeah, I won't take up much more time, but it was really convenient and very nice. So,
It's very light too, right?
yeah, really light.
It's very light.
That's
It
all.
won't weigh your bag down.
I have a quick question to ask you. What is that sublingual epinephrine they're going to come?
And I happen to have this on my counter because of a summit that I went to recently, and it's almost like a little Listerine strip. It's going to be called Anafilm, I believe, and it's going to be available the end of 2025 or early 2026, but it's almost like a little Listerine strip, and I actually can open it, but it's just this tiny little strip here that you'll put under the tongue. And the studies are looking really promising. They're just kind of finishing things up right now and getting approval from the FDA, but it looks to work very quickly and be very effective. But can you imagine how convenient this is, that it could fit in your phone case, in your wallet? I mean, this is unreal. It's really amazing just to have these new forms available that'll really be much easier for people to carry around, and because you can't use it if you don't have it.
When we were at
Exactly.
the
And
fair
like young,
conference, I was crying at their table when you showed it to me. I
Yeah,
remember, I'm like, you guys are going to save lives.
I know.
I'm like
yeah, and
crying out.
teenagers and young
It's
adults
those
always have their
teenage
phone.
boys. It's those boys that are in their early 20s, and it's men. They don't have places to put epinephrine. They don't want to wear a fanny pack. They don't have handbags, whatever. Most of them don't.
Yeah.
But anyway, I love that. I love both of those. Someone's scared of needles, they've got that, and this is going to come out. The more options and if they're safe, the better, because then you get to choose,
Yeah.
instead of that big giant EpiPen with that giant cylinder that scares little kids so much, because that's not the needle, that little silver cylinder in there. Anyway, go ahead, Callie, and finish up the rest of the news.
All right. So the rest of our news is mostly focused on the Disney Treasure. There's a lot of treasure news coming out. Um, so the Treasure made a transatlantic crossing from Europe over to North America, and while they were there, they made a rescue. So there was a family of 4 in a sinking catamaran that was taking on water. The seas were rough, and with every wave, their catamaran was taking on more water, and they were 230 nautical miles away from Bermuda. So they really were kind of stranded in the middle of the open ocean. The Disney Treasure was the closest ship. They were 80 nautical miles away, and their crew deployed a lifeboat to rescue the family. And they got to them in less than 90 minutes from when the Coast Guard notified them, and the family was safe and brought back to safety on the Disney Treasure. So I think that's an awesome story of the cast members doing good. Um, and then just this week on November 19th was the formal christening of the Disney Treasure in New York City. There's lots of beautiful photos of the treasure with the Statue of Liberty in the background. And if you didn't catch the christening, it's pretty brief, but you should watch it online because there is an amazing drone show above the treasure during the christening ceremony. It featured the ghosts from Haunted Mansion to preview the Haunted Mansion parlor, and some sugar skulls to preview Coco. And at the end, there was a giant virtual champagne bottle to christen the ship. And the godparents of the treasure are Disney cast members from around the world. I thought that was a really nice dedication to all the things that Disney cast members do for all of us. At Disney Springs, there's a Christmas tree stroll going on, and one of the Christmas trees is a topiary of the Disney Treasure. And if you wave your hands in front of it, it plays the iconic Disney horns that everyone likes to hear. Um, Also, Disney has released, there's 7 new tunes that the horns on the treasure will play. And you can look on our Facebook group, Disney Treasure Cruise Planning, and also Disney Cruise Line itself has posted a bunch of the songs, such as A Whole New World. So they'll still play the classic songs, but there'll be some new ones as well. There are going to be 3 rotational dining restaurants. One of them is exactly the same as on the Wish, so 1923, and that's kind of the elegant upscale rotational dining. It's more quiet. There's no show in it. And then instead of Arendelle, there's going to be Plaza de Coco, and that's inspired by the film Coco. And it has a beautiful altar that, like from the movie, with all the photos of the loved ones from Coco. And there'll be musical performances when you dine there each night. The other main dining room restaurant is Worlds of Marble, and they're going to have 2 shows. So they'll have the same show that they've been showing on the Treasure, but since the Treasure's as they're showing on the Wish, but since the Treasure's doing 7-night sailings, everyone will have to have 2 shows there. So they've added a Guardians of the Galaxy show featuring Baby Groot. So I think that will be a big hit with all the kids. If you're sailing on any of the inaugural sailings, you are now able to pre-order some really cool Disney Treasure merch as well. And then the new musical for the ship will be the story of Moana. They will also be bringing back Beauty and the Beast, which is currently on the Dream, but that will now be on the Treasure. And the third show is the Welcome Show, Seize the Adventure, which is kind of like a jukebox show of a lot of their most popular songs, and that's the same as The Wish. So there's a ton of information about the Disney Treasure. As I mentioned, you can go on Facebook to the Disney Treasure cruise planning group. And then the 3 of us have the pleasure of being invited to sail on a pre-inaugural preview sailing on the Disney Treasure on December 12th to 15th. And so when we're there, we're going to collect a whole bunch of information about all of the different cool spaces on the ship, about the food allergy offerings, about all of the different menus. And so please send us questions for our mailbag and let us know what you want to hear about. We'll be taking some videos and that we'll post on Facebook on our podcast page, and we'll record some snippets for a future podcast episode as well. So lots of excitement about the treasure. But not to be overlooked is also the Disney Adventure. The Disney Adventure is the new ship that will be sailing out of Singapore. They just released last week their itineraries and pricing, and they're very good. So two people can sail for as low as $1,500 on a cruise, and two people can sail for $5,000 in concierge. So very good competitive pricing. Certainly, you have to fly to Singapore. And they just released the deck plans for the Disney Adventure today as well. And if you're interested in sailing on the Adventure, Pearl Castaway Club members can start booking on December 4th. And then it's tiered booking based on Castaway Club status. And finally, the general public can book on December 10th. So let your favorite Platinum Mouse agent know, and we can help you book your Disney Adventure cruise as well.
Do you guys want to do that? Because I'm Pearl.
It would be really fun.
You guys want to
Be
go?
amazing.
Far to travel.
We got to
So
get to
I can't
Singapore.
wait. But
I would
yeah.
love if they did like a preview where they sailed it over to North America for some preview sailings, but
That'd
so
be
far
nice.
that has not been announced.
Um,
Just wishful thinking.
wow, that's really good. Really amazing information. Charity, do you have anything to say about the treasure? Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm so excited about the treasure, and I cannot wait to sail and see the new spaces, especially like some of the adult spaces like the Haunted Mansion bar and the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea themed
Periscope Hub.
bar. Oh my goodness. Yeah, thank you. And but what I'm most excited about, the two things I'm really looking forward to are the Moana show and then the Plaza de Coco, the restaurant. I love the shows and the restaurants, and Coco's one of our favorite movies, and I think that's going to be fantastic. The food and the show. So I'm really excited about those things.
And that space looks so beautiful in the pictures.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to tweak the menu. That's me
You
personally.
think?
Oh, yeah. It's not Taco Tuesday, kind of what most Americans are used to. They don't have hardly any tacos, and if they are, they're really odd. There's so much cilantro and everything. I'm a Texan, so I'm looking at this menu,
Gotcha.
kind of going,
But
"Oh,
also
they're going to
Mickey's
change this,"
Mickey's Festival of Foods will offer Donald's Cantina too for like the
That's
more
one of my
classic like
favorites.
wraps and tacos and bowls. So I'm glad they brought that back because I think that's a big hit on the Wish.
Yeah.
My
Lizzie
little
will
hack
have to
for
show
that.
her trick.
My hack for that
You got
is
a
you
trick for
go and
that,
you get the
Lizzie.
brisket over where the barbecue is, and you have them cut all the fat off and chop it up, and you take it over to Donald's Cantina on the Wish, and you have them make you a brisket taco with jalapeno coleslaw and hot sauce, and it's fantastic.
That's your secret.
Yeah,
Thank you, Kelly. That was awesome news.
I know. I can't wait to
A lot
see
of
you all.
updates.
And then you know what? It's Taylor Swift's birthday, which is on the 13th while we're there, and we're going to exchange bracelets. Got my little Karma is a cat bracelet on. So if you have a Swiftie, and I know Kelly does, I don't know about you, Charity, but you might want to bring one back for your daughter, whatever. I'll
All
get
right.
bracelets for y'all. My daughter's like, 0.5% top Spotify's, fan. Like, do you do anything else? She's going to be with us, because she's the little mouse that started the whole thing with me,
That's awesome.
So, what else do we need to talk about?
So
Mailbag.
we have our mailbag. So
Gosh, just do mailbag.
okay. So thank you everyone who's interacting with us on our Facebook page and is it our podcast page and sending in questions. So we have a question that we want to address first that came in. Someone wanted to know our favorite character meal, our favorite character meal spots and quick service spots for with food allergies specifically. So let's just take a couple minutes and maybe we can just go around and discuss our favorite spots and maybe why and what we like there and maybe some tips to go along with it. So who wants to go first?
I will.
Okay, Lizzie.
My favorite quick service, and my daughter goes to Animal Kingdom just to eat at this restaurant, is Satuli Canteen.
You took mine, but I have another. I have a backup, so I'll give a backup. But that's our very favorite. Like, that's our very, very favorite.
It's
But I have
amazing.
another. I'll give our runner-up. Okay.
Okay. And you get a bowl, and I always tell people it's not like a regular bowl place, that you're not going to be disappointed. It's fantastic. I think it's the best quick service in all the parks. My daughter always gets the rice, but you could have the sweet potato, or you could have the kale and romaine. She gets that, and she gets the seared amazing chicken that they do over an open fire, and they chop it up. She gets that. And then there's these sauces that you can choose from, and all the allergies are listed on the allergy menu, which I usually don't say, look at the allergy menu, but this is the one exception because it's such a simple restaurant to eat at. And so she looks at it and she finds out. And when she, when she started to really read labels and stuff, she goes, "Oh my God, there's fish sauce in that." And it's her favorite sauce in the whole world. And it's the black bean sauce. And it's not Southwestern black bean sauce. It's from like Korean with fermented fish sauce and stuff. But she still goes, Don't remind me. I got to go eat it. And we'll go there. She'll eat there. And I go to Nomad's Lounge, which they got rid of my favorite quick service item, which are the little Impossible Burger Chipotle sliders with Chipotle mayo. Those are my favorite. So I like that. The second runner up to that is Woody's Lunchbox. And what I love about Woody's Lunchbox is they have these like decadent things called tachos, which are really kind of like a chili pie with tater tots. There's tater tots, a little bit of Fritos. But when you order it with food allergies, you're going to be talking to the manager. So you can say, we prefer vegetarian chili, and you can look and see all the ingredients, or meat chili, whatever, and you can see all the ingredients. So you order one of those. I always get the veggie chili, and then you can get diet cheese on it, or you can get regular cheese. You can get regular sour cream, follow your heart sour cream, and then chives. And it's really good. I mean, absolutely love it. So that's my favorite two little quick services. As far as, and I'm just going to knock this out, as far as character breakfast, so I'm going to say it's going to be Tusker House in Animal Kingdom, especially for those that have gluten allergies or sensitivities or even anaphylactic allergies. There's an amazing, you're not going to eat off the buffet, but there's an amazing variety of foods you can have there. And for other allergies, and little characters are so cute in their little safari gear. So I love that. And I love that juice, that jungle juice that they have. So anyway, I'm going to stop there. Those are my favorite. How about you, Kelly?
So for character meals, I really enjoy Topolino's Terrace, and that's on the top floor of the Riviera. One nice thing about that is it gives you the opportunity to ride the Skyliner. So even if you're not staying at if you're staying at Caribbean Beach, it's right, you can walk there. But if you're not staying at the Riviera or Caribbean Beach, if you're visiting Epcot or Hollywood Studios, it's a nice break. You can take the Skyliner over there and eat at Topolino's Terrace. You order off the menu, but they serve sort of family style. Currently, we don't have any food allergies, but a lot of us are vegetarian, and they have a lot of good vegetarian options. Garden Grill, also in Epcot, that's in the rotational restaurant in the Land Pavilion. The restaurant itself rotates, and they have a lot of good vegetarian options, and they're very accommodating with diets. Quick service, I think we all have the same favorite quick service in Animal Kingdom, but I think there's a couple quick services that if you're not comfortable eating in the restaurant, because some people aren't ready for that and they want to pack their own food when their kids have food allergies. There's two like secret spots I think that are great. So the upstairs at Columbia Harbor House in Magic Kingdom is so quiet. I think a lot of people think the steps are just part of the theming and not real, but you can go up the steps in that quick service restaurant, and there's really pretty windows, and you can look out at the crowds and see the Haunted Mansion. But it gives you a nice quiet place to eat if you pack your own food. There's not a lot of mess of crumbs and stuff from other people if you're worried about cross-contamination. And in a similar vein, Pizza Rizzo in Hollywood Studios. The upstairs there is really fun. It's kind of a blast. It's decorated like a wedding reception, and it has like a dance floor, and there's a DJ playing, and it's very cute, and no one's up there either. So I think they're nice places to go if you think that you need a little bit of space, or if you have a child who is getting kind of overwhelmed and overstimulated by the parks, and just needs like a sensory break. I think that they're two great quick service places for a quick, quiet break, also with some air conditioning.
Oh, those are really nice tips. Thank you. I hadn't known that. So those are nice. Um, I think we're all thinking along the same lines. So Lizzie took some of our top choices in Walt Disney World, and I'll just say in Animal Kingdom outside of Satuli Canteen is one of our favorite snacks is the Night Blossom drink at the is it Pongu Pongu stand that's free of the top 9 allergens, and so that's one of our favorite snacks to get when we're over that way. um I'll go in a different vein than and I'll hit Disneyland um for some of our runner-ups because that's not as easy to navigate with food allergies. And so for a quick service there, it's one of our tops too is Rancho del Zocalo. And we actually deal with a lot of food allergies in our family currently. So we're dairy, egg, peanut, tree nut, sesame, and sunflower seed. And that food there is phenomenal. It's really good. And so when we're there, it's quick service. It's easy to navigate. We always speak to a manager, but everything really that's out is pretty much safe the way it's already made, but they'll get it for us from the back. So it's extra safe, but it's quick because it's already prepared. But we love it. It's really, really good. And so good that we eat there almost daily for one of our meals because the kids just like don't want to bother with anything else and it's delicious. So that's definitely one of our favorites. And then for character meal, along the same vein, I'm going to go runner up at Disneyland because, again, it's a little bit harder for us to navigate. But the Plaza Inn there, the breakfast at the Plaza Inn, it's Minnie and Friends, and it's on Main Street, and it's adorable. And my kids are currently 21, 18, and 15, and they will not stand in a line to see a character. Like, you're not going to do that, but sit and be waiting for food, and they'll like hug and take pictures and like whatever any character that comes along, like they just love it. I don't think you ever get too big to like, I don't know, interact with characters. And it's like Pooh and maybe who else is there, Pluto, and there's different ones that
There's a
come
lot of
along.
characters that you don't see at any other parks, like the
Yeah,
mice and
it's
Cinderella.
yeah, like the mice, and it's so stinking cute. And so what we usually do with food allergies is a lot of times we like to open parks. And so I'll have like a package of Abe's muffins or something like that, and I'm like, they're like, get up, get out, we gotta go. And so I'll like throw something in a backpack and we just eat that early, and then we'll plan for like a late brunch, early lunch type sit down meal. And so we'll kind of just get going. And no one's really big eaters early on. And so we'll just kind of eat a snack on the go. And then we'll plan to like sit down and have a nice big breakfast like later in the morning, kind of like after we've beat the crowds and gotten some rides in. And then we'll sit and have like a really nice big breakfast. So that breakfast there or an early lunch, but that's a really nice character meal. So it's just the traditional foods like waffles and the breakfast meats and that type of thing, but they do a really nice job. It's a buffet, but they'll take your order and they'll get everything from the back. And even with all those allergies that we deal with, they're the breakfast potatoes and the cereals they might be able to have and that type of thing, and we will just fill up and then be on our way, for the rest of the day. So just with the characters and just being able to fill up and then get a little break and get on with our day, that's just like always a very pleasant experience for us. So we
I
really like that.
I
Yeah.
love Rancho Zocalo. That's my
Oh my
favorite.
goodness.
It's
It's
my
so
favorite quick
good, isn't
service
it?
in all the parks.
I've never been
It
there.
is.
Yeah.
I like their
Oh,
cheese
you would like it.
enchiladas, and they're like California enchiladas. Like they're They're not like the Texas chili gravy or whatever, but I love them. And we get black beans and they have those this salt, the little chips with the lime salt on them.
It is so good.
Oh my gosh. And their guacamole is fantastic. Charlotte and I eat
Kelly,
there every
I
time.
think we need to take a trip.
We'll have to go just for that.
I know, right?
Well, that's fantastic. We want to thank Danielle, our fantastic travel agent from Platinum Mouse, for joining us and exploring the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party with us, giving her tips about the cookies, about the lines. And we can't wait to see all of you real soon. It will probably be on the treasure. So until then, let's all say goodbye. See you real
Bye,
soon.
everyone.
We'll see you real soon.
See you real soon.
Bye. Please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. And please join the Disney Food Allergy Magic group on Facebook.
This podcast is not intended to provide any individual medical advice to our listeners. We do hope that our conversations provide evidence-based information and help you prepare for allergy-safe travel. Any questions pertaining to one's own health should always be discussed with their personal physician.
And remember, while we aim to provide useful information, our opinions are our own and not affiliated with Disney, Walt Disney World, Disney Cruise Line, Disneyland, Adventures by Disney, any Disney company, any Universal Studios company, Sandals and Beaches, or any other travel location that we discuss on this podcast. See you real soon.